Good evening. My name is Chris Hambrick, and I'm an editor in KQED's podcast department. More specifically, I'm the editor for the Rightnowish podcast, the group bringing you tonight's event. I want to begin with a land acknowledgement. KQED headquarters are located on Ramaytush Ohlone occupied lands. We want to recognize that we work and live in the greater Ohlone lands of the Bay Area. For those of us joining us for the first time, KQED is Northern California's PBS NPR member station. KQED Live is our new multi-platform events program that produces screenings, talks, performances, and food tastings based on KQED's mission to inform, inspire, and involve. You can learn more at kqed.org/live. If we bring value to your everyday life, I encourage you to consider being a KQED member. You can find out how at kqed.org/donate. We want to thank this season's sponsors that make KQED Live possible: San Francisco Symphony, SF MoMA, Comcast Business, and Berkeley Rep. We are so grateful for their commitment to supporting our mission of civic and cultural engagement in the Bay Area. We're actually doing a giveaway today on behalf of SF MoMA. They're giving 3 lucky audience members a pair of tickets to their newest exhibition, Art of Noise. Art of Noise is a multi-sensory exhibition for all music lovers at SF MoMA. Visitors can see over 400 iconic concert posters from the 1960s and 70s San Francisco music scene. You can experience a custom-built hi-fi listening room and explore an array of playback devices that have shaped our collective listening experience over the last century. And that's on view through August 18th. Okay, you ready? All right, our first winner is Tanya Pecorini. Will you raise your hand? And then, yep, congratulations. Our second winner is Anne Thiebaud. I think I've got that correct. Please raise your hand. Thank you. And our third winner is Kumar Butler. Please raise your hand. Across the aisle. Congratulations to you all. All right. So in celebration of the Rightnowish podcast, we're here tonight to honor some of the amazing artists that play in our Bay Area music scene. It is their existence that made our jazz series liner notes possible. It was proof of life, if you will, proof that jazz is thriving. So before we introduce our host, I'd like to bring up a poet and previous guest of the Rightnowish podcast to kick us off with a reading in honor of tonight. He's the author of the books Pinata Theory and Notes from the Eastern Span of the Bay Bridge. He's also one of our very own KQED food writers. Please welcome Alan Chazaro.
Chris, buenas tardes, or noches, I guess it's at that time. My name's Alan Chazaro. I'm a journalist at KQED. I mainly do food journalism, which is super fun. But I'm actually honored to be up here tonight to honor Penn and Rightnowish. I have a funny way of meeting Pendarvis because in 2019, I was a high school teacher at the Oakland School for the Arts. I had been teaching for 10 years. That was the career. Thank you. Shout out to teachers out there. That was the only thing I knew. And around 2017, I went to graduate school at USF right up the hill, and I got my creative writing degree. I wrote a book of poems. This is not a Frank Ocean cover album, which one of my students designed the cover of. And I say all that because Pendarvis was the first person to find me as a journalist, and he and I were in contact. Mind you, I'm just Mr. Chazaro at this point, right? I had no idea how the book would be received. I had no experience in the literary world, and Penn told me to do an interview, and I was like, felt so special, right? If you grew up in the Bay Area, right, KQED is this institution, a bastion of knowledge, right? So for me, it was like, felt so official. So Penn and I met up in East Oakland. We went to a cafe Hasta Muerte. We got some hella good wings at Lucky 37. We had a beautiful conversation. He brought his microphone. He brought his camera. And I had never experienced anything like that, to be honest. And I just remember having this beautiful connection with Pendarvis, right? As me, a Bay Area born and raised son of Mexican immigrants. Pendarvis, born and raised in the Bay Area in Oakland. We talked about music, Bay Area rap, masculinity, sports, poetry, of course, right? But it did something really magical for me. It made me think about my own identity and my own purpose as a Bay Area poet in a way that I hadn't been pushed to think about by anybody else until Pendarvis. So that feeling really instilled in me this desire to want to do what Pendarvis was doing to me, which was, as a Bay Area person, to essentially metaphorically hold a microphone and go around and talk to people, especially people who don't always get talked to. So I ended up becoming friends with Pendarvis, and he mentored me. And a few years later, I ended up leaving teaching, and I now work full-time at KQED, and I have Pendarvis as a colleague, which is an honor, somebody I still look up to. So I'm here tonight to personally thank Pendarvis, wherever you are, to thank Rightnowish for putting me on not one but 2 episodes as a poet at the time, and for just giving that love and that care and that nurturing attention to artists like me and artists all over the Bay Area. So in their honor, I'm going to read a poem from the book that they profiled 5 years ago when I first started my writing career. And the poem is really just about being present in the Bay Area and the way that I feel like Pendarvis and Rightnowish have been present in the Bay for the past 5 years. The poem is titled, Photo for My Unborn Child. I'm riding BART from the Oakland airport, observing what's outside. Corrugated fences with spray-painted messages that say, "This is sacred land. Fuck the pigs. Die techie scum." The homes are historic and diverse as the people who breathe inside them, colorful and sprawling along the muscular shore. Your mother grew up here on 55th Avenue, around the corner from her cousin's tire shop on International, and the bar your grandpa would take her to perform Mariah Carey karaoke as a kid to crowds of drunken men. That shop is closed now, and that bar boarded up with graffitied wood. But the house remains, with the ceiling your grandpa painted as the night sky. We'll take you to see it someday, so you can study how constellations are formed from the darkness of our mouths. Thank you, guys. I'm here to enjoy the music and the energy of the band, but I want to introduce the stars of the evening tonight, Pendarvis and Marisol. Gracias, everybody. Enjoy.
All right. Thank you all for being here. Woo.
Hi, everyone. I'm Marisol Medina Cadena, the producer of Rightnowish.
And I'm Pendarvis Harshaw, the host of Rightnowish. It's so good to see you all.
Happy summer solstice, everyone. Thanks for spending it with us. That makes us feel really good.
Getting your summer started in the right way. Good on you. Look, we are here for a night of live jazz. We're here for a night of live entertainment, live discussions, and we're here to keep Rightnowish alive.
Right.
Yeah. Amen.
So as some of you know, or I hope all of you know, this ship is ending. But this night, we really want to celebrate all of the beautiful people who have been on the show, just the vibrancy that this show has brought to all of us. And Penn's going to tell us a little bit how the show started.
Yeah, so as Marisol said, this show is coming to an end, but again, nothing really ends, right? And I'll take you all back to the start, the origin story. It all started 5 years ago, maybe even longer than that. Wasn't really keeping track. I was posting photos on Twitter and tagging them Rightnowish. And these photos would be of art that I would stumble upon all around the town. And I would post them with the tag Rightnowish because the internet is full of unique people, and I didn't want them to know where I was. And so that's where the name came from. And in doing this photo essay, I got hired at KQED, and they said, hey, if you were to do a podcast, what would you do it about? I said, well, I could take this photo essay and turn it into a podcast because I'm a multimedia maker, and that is multiple forms of media. And so we did. The first meeting we went into, I proposed this idea of essentially doing Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood meets Short Dog, Too Short, Short Dog in the House. And just like combine those. That's all I want the middle ground in there. Literally had those images. And I still have a photo of it. It's one of my favorite meetings. From there, we hit the ground running. Myself and a producer by the name of Ashley Ann Krigbaum. Is Ashley Ann here? I was hoping she was. It's all right. Ashley Ann was awesome in helping us get this rocket into the air. That was 5 years ago. Our first episode was an interview with an artist by the name of Timothy B. Timothy Blewett is an awesome visual artist. He's done pieces all around the town, internationally even, in East Africa, and he's still doing incredible work to this day. More on Timothy B later, wink, wink, nod, nod. But that's how the podcast got started, and it really set the tone for what we wanted to do. We wanted to tell stories that spoke of people who are movers and shakers in the town right now, and how the work that they're doing right now speaks to a much larger narrative.
Right. And we all know we had a pandemic, right? 2019. I joined the team on episode 55. We were very much shelter-in-place mode. The podcast went all virtual, and we really had to think about how to make these sound-rich episodes with our guests. And me and Penn bonded really closely in that time because we weren't seeing people. So like our phone conversations with each other were really like the main source of like, you know, interaction we were having. And we were really thinking like, what is keeping us going, and what are the kind of artists doing things that we want to profile who are reminding us that like we're interdependent with one another. You know, later on we had the vaccine and we felt a little bit safer going out there. We got our masks on and we went back out into the community and started meeting artists where they were at. That first episode back, we were following a bunch of young people called Girls Garage. They had power tools. They were making shelves and bookcases and garden plots. And we were just out there chronicling this amazing program. And I think the show has done that, where we've shown artists adapting to these different things that are thrown at us. And if that's one thing we're good at in the Bay Area, we're resilient. This place is expensive. This place has so much barriers, but our artists here just show us that you keep going.
Yeah, yep. Going back to that pandemic thing, it was me, a kid, a cat, and phone calls with Marisol. So like, she kept me sane, so I really appreciate that. And then once we got out into the world, we just started churning stories out. We decided to hone in on series because we wanted to just focus on one concept and explore that narrative. So we did a series on wheels, where we interviewed individuals who are in wheelchairs, who do stunts on skateboard parks. We interviewed a group of folks who have a lowrider crew in the South Bay. We interviewed skateboarders. We interviewed somebody on quad skates who's been doing it since the 60s. We talked to a number of people all about wheels. And that was just one of the series we've done. We've done one about love. We've done one about filmmakers, one about music. My personal song was a Hyphy Kids Got Trauma, which came out last fall, which really spoke about the trauma of the hyphy era and how that untold story was just kind of being swept under the carpet. And so I wanted to highlight that. And that came on the heels of Marisol's personal series.
Yeah, I got to do a series all about adornment, the ways we adorn ourselves, you know, be it fashion, flowers, perfumery, and it was this place where I got to really own that I wasn't feeling too hot about myself, and I got to talk to other Bay Area people how do I tap into that power? But these series, essentially for us to deep dive into one topic. And both me and Penn, we both really vibed on music.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to do a whole series on jazz, which is how we got Liner Notes. And that's where the name of this show comes from, Liner Notes Live. And in that series, we got to talk to an amazing array of musicians. And that's what we're here tonight to listen to.
Yeah, really excited for these musicians you're about to hear. I guarantee you're going to enjoy. One of these individuals we've interviewed, the other two we haven't. If you haven't checked out the Liner Notes series, it's a great summer listen. We did it last year for this summer. Just cruise, listen to it, then listen to their music.
Right. Knowing that this show is closing, I just want to say how important this show has been to me. It's a 5-year run, and we did incredible work to bring Black, Latinx, Native, and Asian voices to this institution and essentially give them a platform and be like, y'all don't have to code switch. Talk your ish, and we're here. And that was an amazing feeling to be able to give people their roses while they're still around. And I think there was a through line through all of that, which was joy and collective liberation. And I think that our show is just a testament to that.
That code switch thing, let's hone in on that. Because literally, I started this podcast with the whole tight butt, you're listening to NPR. And I was like, no, I got to get away from that. That's not me. That's not even how I talk. I recorded some early tapes while sitting in my car in front of the McDonald's in Acorn in West Oakland, just because I wanted to be in the community that I'm talking about, right? I really wanted to bring people there. And I slowly started to realize that what I was doing was investigating the P in public media. When you say public, who are you talking about? Does this include everybody, or is this just people who drive Volvos and shop at Berkeley Bowl? Let's expand the notion of what public media is, and let's make sure we reach all audiences, and all those audiences are reflected in the work that we do. And we did that for 5 years. So it feels good. So thank you. Thank you for supporting us.
Thank you. So we want to bring out our first musical act. She's Stockton-raised, Bay Area-based, multi-instrumentalist Lidia Rodriguez.
Lidia to the stage. Lydia's going to get set up. We're going to ask Lidia a couple of questions about life, and then Lidia will play. So.
It's a beautiful baritone saxophone.
Awesome. Hello, hello. Thank you.
Hello.
What a joy.
Let's do this. All right. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. How about you?
I'm good. Making sure.
Awesome.
Right. So let's get it started. Let's go back to the start of your work, or really at the heart of your work. Okay. You have this mantra that is peace, love, sax. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see what that is. Where does that come from?
Oh my gosh. I was almost embarrassed to tell the true story of where I got this from, but I'll do it. They said it's cool.
Let's do it.
So there's this very energetic, lovely comedian. He used to go by Timothy DeLaGhetto, and he goes by his real name now. And he had this saying that was peace, love, skeet, cheese. And it was just so him. I was like, wow, it's so peace and love, because when you hear peace and love, it's just, live, laugh, love, and all these silly visions of what peace truly is, But peace is radical. Peace is not, the peace sign, daisies in a shotgun kind of vision, So I thought it was just so authentic of him to do that I was like, yo, let me take a little bit of that and use peace, love, sax, because saxophone is the center of the things that I do and who I am.
Thank you.
When we had you on the podcast last year, you talked to us a lot about some of the challenges you face as a femme in the music scene, but you have this way of shutting down the haters and really just being yourself. Talk to us about what it's like to represent femmes and queer people in music.
It is a journey, honestly. When I think of myself as a female musician, I try not to think of the struggles I've went through, because you start to get very jaded that way. I feel like a lot of musicians have jaded themselves by thinking, oh, this is the troubles that I'm going to face, so I might as well just not do it, And since I started the baritone sax since I was so young, I was 13 years old, you know, I got all those things out of the way very early. I felt very confident in my instrument and who I am. So that when I was faced with that kind of doubt, kind of like men making jokes, kind of like, do you even have enough air for that? How do you even carry that thing? And the thing I hear about 25 billion times a week, maybe, is that thing is almost as big as you. And that's true, you know, and I don't really notice until I see a video or a picture of myself, and I was like, wow, that is actually 4/5 of my size, isn't that? Oh, man. You know, but it doesn't feel like that, and that's not the energy I bring when I roll my saxophone into sound check with, you know, say a band of like 20 other men, you know, and these are not younger dudes. These are, you know, 50 and plus, you know, year of men. They are seasoned, they have experience, you know, and so to be able to play with confidence in a room like that, it takes a lot of you kind of just not caring if someone hates on you, because I get doubted as soon as I enter the room, verbally saying that thing's as big as you, or how are you going to even feel that thing? They verbally say it to my face. So at that point, it's just like, I'll prove you wrong during sound check or during the show, you know?
Yeah. Continue to prove them wrong. Right, I can clap for that, yeah. For sure, clap for that, yeah. One of the things that you shared with us when we talked in the interview is that growing up in Stockton, it was the music programs that poured into you that allowed you to set forth on this path. And then you doubled back and became a teacher yourself. Yeah. Why is that important to you?
You know, to keep it super honest as well, I got a music degree as a safety net because I knew I wanted to be a musician. I knew I wanted to be in the music industry heavy, but I wanted to have a day job. You know, I wanted to have some sort of stability. So, but stability turned into having about 5 jobs every year. So, and that's kind of how music is, you know. I taught beginning band in Saratoga, and then I went and taught marching band in Cupertino, and it was about like a bunch of different places. So for me, it was so much more exciting to teach 5 different programs with about, say, 600 to 700 students, rather than teaching at one high school or one middle school to only reach maybe about 50 to 70-ish, right? So for me, it was about the reach and how much I can do to stay versatile. And also, I love to do multiple things at once. I'm very ADHD like that. I couldn't even handle having one job at once. So I think that I just chose the path that will allow me to spread my music, spread my peace, love, and saxophone, and also my way of educating to the most amount of people. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the educators.
Shout out to the educators. It's tough.
Something I really admire about you is like your radical vulnerability, and you're just like, you just emanate this like strength. And recently this week, you posted a video of you playing your baritone sax and how you were working through big feelings. So how is music like this vehicle for healing for you?
Oh man, it is the biggest vehicle, and I am very blessed to have it, because I feel like a lot of people search the world to find something to heal them in such a way, and they still haven't found it. And that is very tough. So I feel very lucky to have that. And the video you're talking about, I was just having a real emotional day. Everything was tough. I couldn't even make breakfast without feeling like shedding a tear. So I was like, what am I going to do about it? I'm going to go run. I didn't feel like running. I'm going to go ride my bike. Didn't feel like riding my bike. So I was like, let me take out my big old saxophone. This is something that brings me joy every single time I even look or think about it. So I forced myself. I said, you got to do it. And it's big, so it was kind of like a real work to actually get it out. So I took it out, and I played one of my most loveliest emotional songs, one of the first songs I memorized as a kid, actually, and it's called Round Midnight. And I played it until I didn't feel like crying anymore. And it was an epic awakening. It was like, wow, I could have gone to therapy. but this is what I chose, just because I knew it was an outlet for myself. And as it turned, as an educator and just as a musician, I see the joy that my instrument brings. I see the joy that I bring to children without my instrument, just musically, with my energy, my voice, the games we play, the fact that I get on the floor and crawl around with my kids. I'm not just, a little Mary Had a Little Lamb kind of teacher. I show them Coltrane. I show them this and that. I get out of the curriculum. Don't tell my boss. They're going to see it. Oops. Yeah, so I get out the curriculum a little bit. Oops. Yeah, but they know that. So I do as much as I can to bring them joy and to get them out of their funk, because I can tell in a fourth grader, I can tell in a 5-year-old if they're not having a good day. Do they know what they're feeling? Absolutely not. Do I know what they're feeling? Probably not as well. But it takes the question of like, hey, sweetie, are you okay today? Or do you want something? Do you want to play this one game we played last week? What do you want to do today? I will change a whole lesson plan if one little kid is having a bad day, and we'll just do what they want to do. And then the rest of the class just kind of goes with the flow, you know? So as an educator, I try my best to make children and human beings, even the teacher, they need a break sometimes, even the teacher, to feel seen and to feel heard. And I try my best as a musician, since I'm not a poet, I don't speak, to show emotion through just the things that I play.
Right.
Yeah. Here's to that. To being in flow with the changes. And then and Around Midnight is one of my favorites. It was on like an early laptop that I had. So when I saw that video, it brought me back. I was like, yeah, I've been liking jazz for a long time.
I hope it made you feel feels.
It did make me feel feels. It's like, wow. So the Bay Area in jazz. You have a perspective on the scene out here that I would love to know from your purview. What's going on?
What's going on with the music scene?
Specifically the jazz scene in the Bay Area.
The jazz scene. Oh, that's one thing where I feel, because I didn't grow up as a jazz musician. You know, I grew up playing baritone sax in jazz bands. And then aside from that, I was just classically trained. And then also in college and community college, I was classically this and that. But the thing that kept me centered is I always played big band bari sax. So in the jazz band, that was my chair. And that's the thing that centered me in jazz, but it was the only thing I did. Aside from that, when I graduated, I played in salsa bands and musicals and everything pretty much that took me as far away from jazz as possible. I think I learned my first group of standards like a few months ago, actually. So I wasn't a standards player, you know. I would go to jams and say, hey, can we play like an F blues? And I wouldn't like play like a toot. I would just say, can I just play a jam and solo? Because those are things I like to do. So as a jazz musician, it feels like I'm almost doing the true jazz musicians a dishonor to be called that, because they've done the true work and the true, I would say, research even, because most jazz musicians are flipping the word jazz and seeing where it truly came from, what it truly is, how they truly treated jazz musicians back in the day. Not very fairly, you know. You could only play with a group of people if you had a white man in your group. You could only come into a band or come into a venue if you had some white person there to help you into the venue. So what I love in my jazz community and what I love that they've flipped around is that they are using the term Black American music, BAM, to talk about jazz and truly where it came from and where it's going, and to give true honor to who has given the time and the sacrifice, because time is great, but the sacrifice that those musicians have given for jazz music itself and for it to be prevalent, for Coltrane to be such a big, influential human being, for all these musicians to be so big and influential, you know. They're the true pioneers. And I think the word BAM lets us know that they are the true pioneers. And it doesn't cover it with the word jazz given to us by a white man.
Well said, well said.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
I mean, you're a student of the craft. The music is what you do, so we want to get out of the way and let you do your music now. Thanks for sharing a little bit about your story with the audiences, and y'all are in for a treat.
Round of applause for Lidia.
this on? Mic. This next song, everyone, is about love. Raise your hand if you need some. It's for you.
I started on flute as a child when I was 9 years old. My mom bought me a flute, which is a very big deal if you are a child of immigrants. For her to have bought me a flute, just so you know, it was a rent-to-own program, so she did her best to find this for me. She bought me a flute, and that kick-started my whole entire life. And I actually, this big old thing, you're probably curious, how can you switch from this little babe to this big old monster here? It was completely my fault, my curiosity. I broke my flute as a kid. I took apart all the screws. I don't know why I thought that was a great idea. But I took apart all the screws. I was like, I wonder how this works. Didn't know how to fix it, so I went to this music program, summer music camp, which very thankful that we had in Stockton. For us to have music at all is a blessing if you know the history behind Stockton. So since I had music since I was 9 years old all the way through my whole education, that summer program was strong at the moment. It was incredible. Oh, thank you so much. It was incredible. And
Because when I got there, I was late. I'm perpetually 20 minutes late to everything, so I was late. And all the other little girls checked out all the other flutes, so I didn't have a flute for myself. I had this wonderful teacher. Her name is Miss Florick. Bless her. She said, "Why don't you play alto sax? It's the same thing." It's somewhat similar. Is it the same thing? Absolutely not. Totally different switch. But I was so go with the flow, and I still am. So thankful for that I was like, absolutely, I'll do anything to stay in this music program, to play in this summer camp. Let me know what I should do. So she put an alto sax in my hands. I stayed there for about 6 months, and then I saw this beauty. So I've been playing this instrument since I was 13 years old. Thank you to my high school music teacher, Mr. Carberry, for not thinking I'm too small for the instrument, for not thinking that maybe we should have a man play this instrument instead, for not thinking maybe we should have a female play and then we'll switch off and we'll also have a male berry player as well. No, he gave it all to me. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Carberry. So here I have a couple of songs for you that are a little bit louder than my first two.
Saw that thing so beautiful. She just hit my heart, oh. Full force and she got me like, why you so fine? Got me so hard to find. Baby, like. Woo!
Everyone, this last song I chose because I like to show the delicate part of the baritone sax and the loud part that everyone always says that I am. Thank you so much for being here and being here to listen to the great minds that are about to be shown to you. I feel so incredibly lucky to just be around a harpist. My God, just to hear her sound check, I felt like I was being risen up into heaven. Purely. I closed my eyes like, wow, if I had a little beam beaming me up, it would be to Destiny's music. And just to be on a stage with so many powerful women feels surreal. I never quite thought that I would be in this position as a young girl. I never thought that even going to college, because it's a little tough to be a learning woman in an industry surrounded by men. And it feels powerful to be here right now. So thank you so much to KQED, to everyone who made this possible. I feel powerful, and I'm hoping that the young femmes that are watching this as musicians, that you feel the ability to step into your power as well. Thank you. Thank you so, so, so much. I appreciate you for taking the time to listen, the time to be here. And I will pass it off into my very lovely creative friends, Marisol and Pen.
Time for Lidia Rodriguez, please. Whew. Backstage jamming.
We were vibing.
Vibing, yeah. All right.
Thank you for blessing us with these vibrations.
Thank you. Thank you. Vibe check, vibe check. How's this side doing? All right. That side? All right, we gotta see who's louder. This side? That side? All right. I see. You know, we're alive, we're here. Jazz is alive and well. Let's keep the energy going.
Right. We want to bring up our next performer, who is Bay Area born, Compton raised, and now Bay Area based again.
Yeah, this talented harpist. I said harpist, right? Her name is Destiny Muhammad. To the stage, Destiny, please. Please, warm round of welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Great to see you.
This is an amazing coat.
Yeah, right?
Well, we're excited to have you on this stage, and we want to get to know a little bit about you before we hear you. So you actually didn't start playing the harp until you were 30.
That's right.
Talk to us about what
That's right.
brought you to the harp.
When I was 9 years old in the 70s, growing up in Compton, happened to see an episode of I Love Lucy. For those of you who might be vintage, such as myself.
Vintage.
And we don't do old, but we do vintage.
Vintage. You heard that?
There was an episode of I Love Lucy, and on that episode was a man by the name of Harpo Marx, who was one of the brothers of the Marx Brothers. And he did the most beautiful rendition of a song called Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And I said, that's what I'm going to do when I grow up. And I ran to go tell my mom, Mom, I want to play the harp. My mother was a distressed, black, and now very single, newly single mother. She let out a few explicits that I can't say here. And so I put that dream on the back burner while we figured out how we were going to live and eat. And we fast forward 21 years later, I'm 30 years old, and I start dating a man. Before I say that, it is true, I did start dating a man. I was 30 years old. My mother had talked me into becoming a barber. For any of you who are from Southern California, there was a barber school called Ralston School of Men's Hair Design in Long Beach. They had 2 campuses. And so right out of high school, while we were still struggling and we were living in the projects in Rancho San Pedro, my mother talked me into becoming a barber. So I got my barber's license and thought, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a barber for the rest of my life. She said, you're going to make your own money and you're going to feel better about having your own money. And I did that. And so I'm thinking I'm going to be a barber. It's the 80s, the height of the crack cocaine pandemic. And I'm thinking this is going to be my life. Money is good and we're not struggling as much. And I started dating a man whose best friend is a harp builder in San Juan Bautista. His name is Brian Stegers. And Brian, if you're out there, God bless you, honey. God bless you. I got my first harp at the age of 30 in May of 1992. And I've been going strong ever since.
Going strong. Round of applause for that. Some things are just kismet, just meant to be. You can't deny that, right? Barbershop talk lead to getting a harp.
Hey, man. No.
You've recently recorded a project dedicated, a tribute to Alice Coltrane.
Oh.
What does it mean for you to stand on the shoulders of other black women harpists and musicians?
And thank you for that question. One of the things I will share with you is I'm still not old enough to stand on the shoulders, so I stand on the feet. I choose to stand on the feet, and where I come from spiritually, the feet represent understanding. And I'm a shorty in this game even after 32 years. And so I remember when I was a child and you would stand on your daddy and your mama's feet and they would rock you back and forth. And you could feel that energy of their love and their support. So I stand on the feet of an Alice Turiya Sangeetananda Coltrane.
Full name.
All right? Right? I stand on her feet. I stand on the feet of a Dorothy Ashby. Y'all know Dorothy, right? Both of these girls, wonderful women, ancestor blessings who hail from Detroit. And being able, right? And being able to stand on their feet and feel their energy come forward and guiding me in only the way they can from the ancestor realm. I'm not going to apologize about saying that I speak to them and allow them to guide me through this. As I said, I started at 30. So that means that I'm trying to work and pay bills and learn how to drive a car and all that and play the harp.
Yeah.
When my contemporaries around me are all having babies, and you also saw the interview I got a chance to do, having babies and figuring out 401k plans, buying houses, looking at funeral plots rather. Parts?
Give me a part of a funeral, just a little bit.
That little part of the funeral. And here I am learning how to play Twinkle Twinkle.
Yeah.
Now y'all laugh, but let me tell you, Twinkle Twinkle is foundational. And any of you musicians out there know what I'm talking about. What you doing? No.
You took us through a journey.
Yeah, right. I was there with you.
You were talking about being a barber before being a harpist.
That's
I mean,
right.
that's a whole expertise. You're like a therapist in a way, and the salon. Like, talk about translating that work you do to the harp.
Oh my gosh. For any of you barbers out there or cosmetologists or stylists, when you lay hands on people, before they even speak, they're already speaking. And being able to lay hands on the hearts of people through the sounds that I've been able to be blessed to translate on this instrument. Barbering, hairstyling, that ability to lay hands and to hear what is not said. And to be able to bless those people by translating, baby, it's going to be all right, like a grandmother. Giving them the best that you can and sending them out to the world. I feel like I take that energy and I do my best to translate that through the music that I've been blessed to create.
Well said. Well said. Without further ado, let's get to the music, man. Let's talk about it. Let's be about it. Destiny Muhammad, round of applause, everybody.
Thank you, Destiny.
The sheets of sound is the sound of Coltrane. You hear the sheets of sound is the sound of Coltrane. Hear the sheets of sound, it is Coltrane. You hear the sheets of sound, it's Coltrane. Coltrane, train coming, train coming, train coming, Coltrane, train coming, train coming, train coming, Coltrane, train coming, train coming, train coming. Catch the Coltrane. You hear the sheets of sound. Coltrane, you hear the sheets of sound. Coltrane. Hear the sheets of sound. Coltrane, Coltrane, hear the sheets of sound. It is Coltrane. Coltrane, train coming, train coming, train coming, Coltrane, train coming, train coming, train coming, Coltrane, train coming, train coming, train coming. Catch the Coltrane. Hear the sheets of sound, Coltrane. Hear the sheets of sound, Coltrane. You hear the sheets of sound, Coltrane. Oh, hear the sheets of sound, Coltrane. Oh, Coltrane, train coming, train coming, train coming, Coltrane, train coming, train coming, train coming, Coltrane, train coming, train coming, train coming, Coltrane, train coming. You got to catch the Coltrane. You gotta catch the Coltrane. Ah, Coltrane, train coming, 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 train coming. come. Don't you wait until tomorrow. Tomorrow will come. If you wait on tomorrow, tomorrow will come. Don't you wait until tomorrow. Tomorrow will come. Tomorrow. If you wait on tomorrow, tomorrow will come. Don't you wait until tomorrow. Tomorrow will come. If you wait on tomorrow, tomorrow may come. Don't you wait until tomorrow. Tomorrow will come. Tomorrow. Kiss the babies. Say I love you. Go eat ice cream. Gotta right away. Kiss the babies and say I love you, because tomorrow may come anyway. Kiss the babies. Say I love you. Go eat ice cream. Gotta right away. Kiss the babies. Say I love you, because tomorrow. Don't you wait until tomorrow. Gotta do it today. Don't you wait until tomorrow. No. Gotta do it today. Gotta do it today. No, espérate mañana. No. Ahora. No, espérate mañana. No. Ahora. Now, I wrote this song. There's an African proverb that says, if you wait on tomorrow, it may come. And if you don't wait on tomorrow, it may not come. All y'all look like you survived a pandemic. You look pretty good, too. What I know is tomorrow's a myth. How many people we know wish that they were here? How many people that we love, we wish were still here? If you got something you want to do, I started at 30. Get busy. Quit playing. Tomorrow's a myth. Tomorrow's a myth. Tomorrow's a myth. Kiss the babies. Say I love you. Go eat ice cream right away. Kiss the babies. Say I love you, because tomorrow, there's no tomorrow. Kiss the babies. Say I love you. Go eat ice cream right away. Kiss the babies. Say I love you. Tomorrow, no tomorrow. No espérate mañana. Ahora. No espérate mañana. Ahora. Don't you wait until tomorrow. Do it today. Don't you wait until tomorrow. Do it today. 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 God bless you and keep you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you and keep you. Come on up here, y'all. God bless you. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you soon. God bless you.
Ooh, so well done. One more time, round of applause for Destiny Muhammad. Yeah. With that message, don't wait. I just want that part, just a sample of it. That's my alarm clock. Right now. Right now-ish.
Right now-ish.
Whoa, didn't realize. See what that? Yeah, I meant for that to happen. All right, how are we doing? How's everybody feeling out there? Right. All right, I see some hands moving. I see some energy. I see some. All right, can I get y'all just to shake your arms out, shake your arms out, shake them 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 out. Ah, that's it, get that energy, blood flowing. I know we just had a spiritual experience, got lifted a little bit. Take a deep breath, we're all here. It's time for our third and final act of the night. Are y'all ready for this?
We're excited to bring up Frisco born and raised singer and musical educator, Jamie Lee Zimmer.
Yeah! Jamie, got the memo in the green with the purple. Right there, I like that, we match? Okay.
Rightnowish colors.
Complimentary, I like it. Thank you for joining us, Jamie, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling excellent.
Good.
Well, thank you for. Sorry, I was just simmering in the heartness, you know. Right, we have jobs too.
Oh, yeah, we were just like glowing about how fabulous Destiny was back there. She is such an amazing storyteller.
Yeah.
Well, you've had a very busy year. You conceived of a whole musical about the 102-year-old Bay Area living legend park ranger that is Miss Betty Reed Soskin.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that project and what it meant for you to work with her?
Yeah, so when I was around 19 years old, I got called to a gig by the amazing Marcus Shelby. And his first vocalist couldn't make it, and so I was the filler. And the music just happened to be Betty Reed Soskin's music that hadn't been sung or seen in 50 years. So I was one of the first professional, 19 years old, people to sing her music. And because of this, she and I created this relationship that really solidified itself as something more than the average day interaction with somebody. And she would send me emails and she's like, you have probably no idea what these songs are about. And I said, no, I don't, please help. And she was so gracious. She detailed every single line of her music, and it's all civil rights protest music about her experience being a Black woman living in California, having integrated Walnut Creek, and having been a part of the civil rights movement. She was a bag lady for the Panthers. And then she moved into local politics in Richmond, where she lives now, and I do too. And so I have benefited greatly from her legacy, and so has everybody else in the Bay Area and the United States.
Yep. Betty Reed Soskins. That's Bay Area culture right there.
That's right.
And I love an intergenerational connection. I'm a big fan of that, you know. It's on me to ask the hard question. As a vocalist and a composer, what inspires you to create?
I think what inspires me to create is a combination of the hardships in life and also the beauty that comes out of facing what seems impossible. Because for me, what music does is it's a vehicle, and I like to say that I'm a vehicle for Betty's music. So what my job is to do is to take my feelings, put it into a song, and let it be there and let it exist there. Because what we know is that we cannot take the pain and shove it down and expect it to go away. We have to address what is before us so that we can kind of transcend what we need to in order to become the people that we want to become, which is a greater people that love each other, bring peace to this planet, and in Betty's words, to sign our names to freedom.
I like that. Thank you for that.
Our show is all about community, and we want to know who are those communities that helped raise you to be this artist you are today.
Yeah, so when my mom came to the United States, she didn't know any English. And she basically popped out the first grandchild. And I was this anomaly that kind of had to experience everything for the first time. So she sent me to a bunch of educational programs. One being the school I went to, we had religious church services that happened all throughout the week and on the weekends. And so I actually got really into the music of the church. And that's where Betty wrote her song that I'll be singing for y'all in just a second. But yeah, I think the church was a big place for the both of us because being so alone in this world, you kind of find your community there, whether it's song or people. Yeah.
The church, the elders, the family, the foundation. You see these elements, right? These are the things that we like to tease out through, it's not just the artist and the art. There's a whole backstory. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
And we here for the art. So let's get to the music, man.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
So this first song was written as an ecumenical song for the church, and Betty Reed Soskin breathed life into this song because she felt that a song that represented her had been co-opted. We Shall Overcome. And there was a white politician that used this song as his anthem, and she was just like, this is so wrong. So she decided to write this one instead. We gather here, I feel you near on this beautiful night. Your hand in mine, the simple sign of love. We spend the miles and wear the smiles, born of sharing this day. Your hand in mine is a simple sign of love. Your fears like mine can be left behind, close the spaces between. Let our love flow free in this moment, be as one. Though our prophets say each a different way of this truth, they'd agree. Your hand in mine is a valid sign of love. We travel far from beyond a star, along paths of our lives. Still we found our way to this lovely day. Now here in our hearts we know peace on earth can grow through these fingers, love warmed. Your hand in mine is a symbol sign of love. Your hand in mine is a symbol sign of love. Your hand in mine is a symbol sign of love. Your hand in mine is a holy sign of love. Thank you. I want to invite the rest of my band up to the stage. So during the pandemic, a really good friend reached out to me and said, do you want to go on a camping trip? And I said, yes, I have no one to hang out with. And I'll keep a distance from you. I just need some kind of stimulation. So she said, hey, there's somebody else coming on the trip, and I think you might know them. And then when we woke up in the morning, opened our tent, me and Maya, we looked at each other and we said, I know you. Maya had been my coffee barista at this place that I went to. And she and I connected so hard on the trip that we just didn't want to let go of each other. And I said, I wanted to work with you. And she said, I want to work with you. So we made that happen. And she was kind enough to invite me to Mild Universe, which is this cohort together.
I think I like you. I want to get to know you. I think you know it too. I think it's right and I want to get to say it to you, but I don't know if you want to. Tell me how you feel, guys. I want it to be real. Tell me it's a dream. Tell me it's a theme from a movie somewhere that I see. I think I like you. I think it's true that you know it. And I think you know it. And I think you've shown it. And I think you like what's going on too. So baby, what's going on? 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 What's going on with you? What's going on? 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 What's going on with you? I think it's true that you know it. Do. And I think you know it. And I think it's shining. And I think you like what's going on too. So baby, what's going on? 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 What's going on with you? What's going on? 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 What's going on with you? I want to hear y'all out there. What's going on? 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 What's going on with you? What's going on? 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 What's going on with you?
Thank you so much, y'all. So we've been working on our album for the last 2 years, and we finally are going to be releasing it at the end of July. It's coming out on July 26th that we're having our album release party at The Independent in San Francisco, which I'm mind blown about.
Come through.
Come through. And yeah, we are gonna have vinyl. For those of you who don't know, we still have record players.
It's back.
It's true. It's true. Feel free to get up. I kind of want to see y'all get up. Can y'all get up for me? Yeah. Come on. Let's dance a little bit. Get that blood flowing. Don't be shy. Get that groove on. I see y'all. Get it. Can we be connected endlessly? See me, that's right. Simple as life can be. See the me, and I believe you proceed to take the lead. You become more than you could see. Don't you know that you could be free? Connected endlessly. See me, that's right. Simple as love can be. See the me, and I believe you proceed to take the lead. You become more than you could see. Don't you know, baby, you could be free.
but you don't want me back. I thought it was true, you and me in the back. But now I'm sitting here, thinking about me and how I wasted all my time and divine energy. Someone told me that you were nice to be around. I checked to see if you were in my town. I knew that when I met you, nothing'd be the same. I found myself going a little bit insane. I met you, and I was so confused on what to do. I see y'all sexy people down there. Do you guys have time for one more? Yeah? Is that okay? Okay, let's do it, you guys. All these sounds blend together at some point for us. And if you guys loved us, which I hope you did, please come see us at the Independent July 26th. That's my favorite number, 26. Come support us, bring your friends. Your love has changed. Your love has changed. Your love has changed. stays the same. Y'all better get on your feet for our last little jump together. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you at the Independent on July 26th. We're at Mod Universe. My name is Jamie Lee Zimmer, also known as Jamie Z, and I want to invite our beautiful, beautiful hosts back to the stage to say goodbye to you, beautiful people.
Thank you.
I was like, where'd you go?
Mild Universe.
Dancing backstage. Thank you, guys.
The bottle down. Yeah, come on. Let them come off. Let them come off.
Y'all were looking good. I was watching y'all backstage dance. Well, this has been a beautiful evening of jazz, conversation, community, love, and yeah, this has been an incredible 5-year run, and it really takes a village to make this show. Chris Hambrick, our beautiful editor, has been with us for the last 2 years. We have our former interns in the house, our director of podcasts, Jen Chian, engineers who've worked on our show, and the amazing events team who've rocked with us these past 3 years doing events.
So many people who supported us. So many people who supported us.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Even this one made a guest appearance on 2 episodes. This is my daughter, Zuri. Say hi. Go.
And it's been such an honor to work with these two and help uplift the large artists in the Bay Area and support their ideas. It's really been amazing. So, and we thank you for coming out to support this.
Yeah, yes. Thank you. I'd add that it's one thing to listen to a podcast, it's another thing to download it. For anyone who told a friend about a podcast, who posted a sticker, who wore a shirt, who liked an Instagram post, support was felt. Because we record this largely while sitting in a booth. Saw that dad move right there? we just sit in a booth, never knowing who our vibes are gonna hit. We put audio waves out into the world, hoping that somebody out there on the other end is just receiving them, right? And you all were very receptive, responsive, and told us that we were making an impact. So thank you for making our past 5 years worthwhile. Thank you.
We invite you to stick around, hang out in the lobby, come say hi, wear your Rightnowish merch that you got from the table coming in with pride. We thank you so much for coming out. Okay?
So you want to say
Yeah,
good
good
night?
night.
She wants to say good night.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. You can't play with that on stage. Oh, we got flowers? Oh, flowers. What? These are nice.
Oh my God.
Oh, and pictures. Oh.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. These are my flowers. Thank you very much. All right, I'll see y'all in a minute in the lobby with drinks. Right. No. That's so sweet. Aw.
That's cute.
Flowers?
I do like some. Oh.